afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Littlefield Hall and to the wedding ceremony of Marc and Sara. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be seated? Guy, you've escorted your daughter Sara here today for her wedding. Do you now give her hand in marriage to Marc?
I do.
Thank you very much. With no hesitation, thank you. Please take a seat, sir. Would Joe please come forward to take the bride's flowers? Move a bit close to him, just centre up. On behalf of Marc and Sara, I would like to thank you all for being here. Sara. I think he gets a bonus point for that. On behalf of Marc and Sara, I would like to thank you all for being here as they celebrate the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. I know that it means a great deal to them that you can be here to share in their happiness and to witness this important and special occasion. For Marc and Sara, getting married here today is the confirmation of the love, respect and friendship they have for each other. Together, they have found happiness and fulfilment. And it is in this spirit they've chosen to affirm their relationship in this formal and public pledge. This place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriage. And we are here to witness the joining in matrimony of Marc Graham Pickering and Sara Claire Bisham. If any person present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they must declare it now. Never turn around. That's all you thought about.
Yeah.
Marc and Sara, before you are joined in matrimony, it is my duty to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make. The law of this country allows two people to make the lifelong commitment to marriage. This legally binding union is to be entered into voluntarily and to the exclusion of all others. I'm now going to ask you each in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other here today. So Marc, you're first.
Mm-hmm. Sure how it's done.
Please repeat these words after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
That I know not.
that I know not
Of any lawful impediment.
of any lawful impediment
Why I, Marc Graham Pickering,
why I, Marc Graham Pickering,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Sara Claire Bisham.
to Sara Claire Bispham. Love it. No, it's great.
Please repeat these words after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
That I know not.
that I know not
Of any lawful impediment.
of any lawful impediments
Why I, Sara Claire Bisham,
Yes.
why I, Sara Claire Bispham,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Marc Graham Pickering.
to Marc Graham Pickering.
Will you now please turn to face each other and take each other by both hands? I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Marc Graham Pickering, do take thee, Sara Claire Bispham, to be my lawful wedded wife. Sara, please say these words to her.
I call upon thee. No? Try again.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant.
We're a great team, aren't we?
Try again.
Yeah. Deep breath and I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present,
to witness
to witness
that I, Sara Claire Bispham,
that I, Sara Claire Bispham,
do take thee,
Marc
Graham Pickering,
Pickering,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Thank you very much. So I now call upon Joe and Ian to come forward, where we have a reading titled On Your Wedding Day.
What do we do? Do we keep like this?
And you just stand back a bit so you can
I go.
get people reading.
No.
Or that.
Today is a day you will always remember, the greatest in anyone's life. You'll start off the day just as you fell in love, and you'll end it as husband and wife.
It's a brand new beginning at the start of a journey, with moments to cherish and treasure.
Yes.
And although there'll be times when you both disagree, these will surely be outweighed by the pleasure.
You'll have heard many words of advice in the past when the secrets of marriage were spoken, but you know that the answers are hidden inside, where the bond of true love lies unbroken.
So be happy forever as lovers and friends. It's the dawn of a new life for you. As you stand there together with love in your eyes, from the moment you whisper, I do.
And with luck, all your hopes and your dreams can be real. May success find its way to your hearts. Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today is the day it all starts.
Thank you.
Marriage is one of the greatest gifts two people can share. The strength of emotion that commits one person to another has no boundaries. Each receives the love and the trust of the other as a precious gift. Marriage is a promise. Not that life will always be perfect, but an assurance there will always be someone who cares for you by your side. Marriage brings hope, acceptance, and comfort. It is the union of two people who promise to share in one future together. Marc and Sara, you have both made formal vows of marriage to each other in the presence of your guests. I ask you now to confirm your commitment to each other and to your married life together. Marc, do you promise to love, honour and respect Sara, be her companion in life, best friend and soulmate, and support and care for Sara for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Sara, do you promise to love, honour and respect Marc, be his companion in life, best friend and soulmate, and support and care for Marc for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Thank you very much. We now have another reading, so David and Laura, would you please come forward? And the reading is The Wonders of Today.
The wonders of today. The wonders of today. If you can always be as close and as happy as today, and as happy as today, I've read twice, then be secure enough to grow and change along the way. If you can keep for you alone your lover's man and wife, yet find the time to share your joy with others in your life.
If you can be as one and walk through marriage hand in hand, yet still support the goals and dreams that each of you has planned. If you can dare to always go your separate ways together, then all the wonders of today will stay.
The exchange of rings is the ancient and traditional way of sealing the vows that you've just made. A wedding ring is an unbroken circle, symbolising devotion and everlasting love. And it is the outward sign of the lifelong promises that you have just made to each other. So I invite Scott to come forward with the rings, please. You're first to take the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Hold the ring on the tip of the ring finger. You say these words to your brother. To your right.
Yeah. I was just thanking him.
Sara, I give you this ring
Sara, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our marriage.
as a symbol of our marriage.
I promise to give you my love and friendship.
I promise to give you my love and friendship.
I promise to confide in you,
I promise to confide in you,
to trust and respect you.
to trust and respect you.
I promise to be there when you need me most,
I promise to be there when you need me most,
always and forever.
always and forever.
Please slide the ring on her finger.
Boom.
Excellent. Next ring, please. Someone's broken the ring. So, off your left hand. Testing.
Yeah.
So please say these words to the room. Mark, I give you this ring
Mark, I give you this ring
as a symbol of our marriage.
as a as a symbol of our marriage.
I promise to give you my love and friendship.
I promise to give you my love and friendship.
I promise to confide in you,
I promise to confide in you,
to trust and respect you.
to trust and respect you.
I promise to be there when you need me most,
I promise to be there when you need me most,
always and forever.
always and forever.
Slide the ring on his finger. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. Excellent ring wrangling there. Thank you. Let these rings be a visible reminder of your promises as you enter into the days of your marriage together. And we have a last reading. So, Lynn, would you please come forward? The reading is the blessing of the Apaches.
It's fine.
May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries and the breeze blow new strength into your being. And all the days of your life, may you walk gently through the world and know its beauty. Now you will feel no rain, for each will shelter the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each will warm the other. Now there is no more loneliness. You are two persons, but there is only one life before you. Go now to your dwelling to enter into the days of your life together, and may your days be good and long upon the earth.
Thank you, Lynn.
So we definitely need to hold hands for this part.
Yeah.
Today is a new beginning for you both. May you have many happy years together, and in those years may all your hopes and dreams be fulfilled. Above all, may you always believe in each other, and may the warmth of your love enrich not only your lives, but the lives of all those around you. Mark and Sara, you have made the declarations prescribed by law, and you have made solemn and binding marriage vows with each other in the presence of your guests, witnesses and the registrar of marriages. You have sealed those vows with the giving and receiving of wedding rings, and in addition you have given to each other a promise of a lifelong commitment. Mark and Sara, it now gives me great pleasure to pronounce that you are now husband and wife, and you may now...
I have known people in this room for over 40 years, and I'm very pleased with my old friends who are here.
and some of my younger friends I've made. My elder brother's the only one I've known for 65 years. Thank you. But it's strange to stand up and be the father of the bride. I've done it once before, and I'm fortunately thought I was the best man and made a speech that had nothing to do with my daughter, so I'm going to try and do better. I got a bit carried away. So let me first of all welcome the Pickerings. Now the Pickerings are a great family, they're very friendly and we really like them. These ones up here are the ones we chose, but these ones are also very nice. And even better, Richard Osman. Now he's sneaked out. But the fact is, one of the party is Richard Osman. It's absolutely brilliant. And when he comes back, I'll point him out to you and embarrass him. My name, by the way, if you don't know, I used to be Guy. Then I became Sara's dad because she runs a business and everybody just said, "You're Sara's dad." And then I became Gaga. And that is by the look of man down there who I hope you've met at some time, Duckno, who's an absolute a legend. I've had to learn from previous weddings. In the first case, I went to my brother Adam's wedding and I hired a suit from Moss. And I went down and I thought I looked dapper. No studs. No studs at all. And my shirt gaped. And a couple of people, because I was taking the photos for him, said, "Are you a Chippendale?" Which is very flattering. Then we came on to Ian's wedding, where, as I said, I mistook myself for a best man. And here we come on to this one. I'm not getting it right. This is the third time up. Because the woman, or the inefficient idiot who's actually measured me, got it totally wrong. Hence my cummerbund is right down here. And if I breathe out, these studs will go flying at you. Because I'm not that size. I've lost so much weight. It's wonderful. So, let me tell you now about Sara, because I'm here to talk about my daughter. Sara, I need to read this. Sara is my favourite child. She is much better than the other two who are basically average. Sara is beautiful, talented, artistic. Sorry, I can't read your writing. So, the truth about Sara. Sara started off as the grumpiest baby you could ever meet. I will show you a video. I wish I had a video to set it. She looked miserable all the time. We stuck with her. We thought about just dumping her, but we thought, no, she can't be that bad. So she got better. And what she became was a child who decided that as the youngest children, be warned. Whatever time Joanne went to bed, and she'd go to bed at a reasonable time, Sara said, "I go to bed at the same time." She said, "No, you're 3. She said, "I go to bed then." So she's staying up to 10 or 9 or whatever it is because Joanne's staying to. And Sara cannot be argued with. There is no point arguing. Marc, this is for you, mate. There is absolutely no point arguing with Sara. If she wasn't a dancer, she'd be a lawyer, because she'd be a very good lawyer. She cannot be argued with. If you succeed in arguing with her, she just changes the argument. It's absolutely impossible.
By WhatsApp.
She learned to be a very good dancer, and one of the reasons is that Joe's a very good dancer, and everything Joe did, she copied. And it's even more impressive if you're 5 and you're copying an 11-year-old or 12-year-old, and she'd stand there beside her and copy them. In the same way that recently I saw a little film of Dino copying his mum with dance exercises, so it's just something in the family. And she's a very good dancer, and we were very proud with her, generally. When she's not arguing with us. Then she got into a show called Whistle Down the Wind, and that was one of the proudest days that you go up and see her. When your child is only 9, is appearing on the West End stage, the second time I really enjoyed it. The first time I was just thinking, get it right. Get it right, and don't fall over. And she never fell over, and she was excellent throughout it. My wife used to take her up. I went up and collected her. She was totally unscared by West End life. Only 2 things scared her. One, was a day when all the university results were coming out, and they're published first in the late night paper, which is available the previous night. All these kids are throwing papers up in the air and talking about their university degrees. She gripped my hand really tightly, as scared. There are no dangers from these people at all. The other group that scared her were lesbians. A lesbian couple went past, and she gripped my hand. We have sent her on courses to be more woke. So, she was in Whistle, and then she came to the same school that I taught at. Sara went through my school like a fire. She was the leader of the netball team, she was the head of her form, she was the brightest girl in this, they put her on special things for everything. She was the only girl to appear in the talent show, and sang a song at year 7, and she was brilliant. And they all loved her. She was the lead soloist in the chorus, and then she left and went to Sylvia Young. And they were heartbroken, and her friends were heartbroken. And that's the kind of woman she can be. I just warn anyone. But she went on to Sylvia's, and because she's just a raging success, she became the head girl there as well. Oh, I'm not going to include the next bit. She went on to Lane's. Oh, she became the head girl there, yes. And then she got into 42nd Street and met some of the nicest girls I've met, and I'm only saying that on the hope they'll now give me a whoop. Thank you. And she was in Whistle for over a year, and it was a great show to see, and if you didn't see it, it's available on DVD, and you should watch it, because it's an absolute brilliant musical, and she was brilliant. Coming up to date, I'm going to go backwards in time, basically. We used to find her in her bedroom, playing with all her little dolls, and she'd arrange them in a square, and then she'd lecture them, like a headmistress. So when suddenly, recently, or not that recently now, she opened up an Academy of Performing Arts, it seemed somehow destined. Because all this talk, she had a badge. It's not the same badge, BPA. But now this is called the Academy, her school. But she runs a very successful academy, and there's some very, very good performers, and she's managed to get some absolutely wonderful teachers in there. You can see sometimes he's just so shallow, he just plays for the audience. Tragic. Anyway, Sara is a wonderful girl, but don't argue with that. That's the advice. Now, on to Marc. Because Sara and Marc, they say opposites attract. Now, I'm going to give you a quick list of that. Sara is controlling, organised planning. Marc is the most laid-back person you can know. Marc has a moustache, Sara doesn't. I may not have spent enough time preparing this list, so that's all I've got. But they are opposites. Now, Marc they met in Milton Keynes when they were both doing a pantomime, and thank you so much, that table there. Because if you didn't cast both of them, they wouldn't have met. And it's strange, because sometimes we meet the actors if we go to see Sara or Marc in a show, and you meet them, and they're always very nice. On this occasion, we went to Milton Keynes, in a pub, and a couple of the actors came over, and then one of them stayed at the table. And so I said, being kind, you don't have to stay with us, you can go with your friends. He said, no. That's all right. And he stayed with us the whole evening. I thought, this is strange. And it was just before Christmas, because that's when pantomime is. And Sara came back, and we were waiting for her. And with her came back this same bloke. And my son, not showing any family loyalty, because my angle was, what are you doing here? My son rushed down the drive and said to him, Nucky Thompson! Relating to his favourite role, you can come in, and was very pleased. And that was just over 5 years ago, and Marc has become very much a part of our family. Now, you should get engaged in a really good way, and you should ask the dad first. My other son-in-law asked the dad in a perfect way. I knew he was coming to get engaged or to borrow money. He was so smart, and I was really pleased when he was engaged. So, how would a professional actor like Marc do? I'm wandering through Watford shopping. I'm just by the market stalls. Marc comes the other way, not knowing I'm there, says, "Hello." Still doing an accent. And I said, "How are you?" He said, "I want to marry your daughter." Right in the middle of what the bloody hell? How is that working? But I said, and this is what you should do, and those of you who are going to be dads and daughters, this is what you need to do. Okay then. And they got engaged, and we went back to tell Lynn, and she was far more ecstatic and happy about it all. And they went on, and we are very happy to welcome Marc into our family. We really are, because he's a lovely bloke, and they're very suited. So, I could go through all the roles I've seen Marc in, from zombie to tattooed musician to woman. But all I would say is I'm so glad I missed him in The Elephant Man. I was told he was the lead, but other people have said it was a small part. I don't know, that's some sort of obscure reference for those of you who don't know, to the fact that it's knackered. Anyway, I'm going to summarise, because I was told I spoke far too long last time, and I'm one of those blokes you shouldn't have a microphone for too long. So here's some honesty. Wow. Over the last 5 years, I have been very pleased with the 8 that we've become our family. I have 3 children, and they have 3 lovely partners, and I'm very happy. I didn't think I could be happier, but I realised that 8 1/4 made me happy. And that makes me very happy. So, I just want to talk, final comment to Marc, which is a statistic I found, which is men who aren't married by 40 have an average life expectancy of under 65. And men who are married by 40 have a life expectancy of 80. So well done for getting married. So thank you.
So one of my earliest memories is when I was 2 or 3, and I was in a Hull City top. Get it? Sponsored by MTLA. Oh yeah. And my dad went, "I'm not sure if it's the official top, but thank you very much." So, and he's there commentating like John Watson, match of the day. And then I'm there just in my socks that are all over the place. And then Marc comes down, and what top has he got? What team do you think he had? Liverpool. Oh. And it said Candy. Don't know if anybody remembers that. So Marc comes in, and from an early age we all know that he likes the stage. But he does well on the stage, and outside of the stage he's a normal person. So Dad interviews us afterwards and says, "So Marc, how do you think it went?" And he went, "Yeah, it was alright." "Did Scott win?" "Yeah, I think so." And he went, "What was the score?" And he went, "About 27 0. I'll let you win. Let me win. Anyway, we moved on from the football, and I followed the football, but Marc had lots of teams. So we started with Liverpool, then we went to Leeds. Yay! And then Newcastle, which would be quite handy right now. And then we had this. So this is when we went to the Premier League. And we all went to Wembley. And all of us went in 2008, but it was one of the best days we've ever had. And he's not here, but I'd just like to say he is here, and this was with him, and it's with us again. And can we just have a little drink?
He's always here, lad.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Dad, and thank you everybody. Mark started acting, and he went with my dad, and he found some place in Hull where there was like a youth acting thing, and he said, "Dad, I fancy doing that." So he was like, "Oh, let's go inside." And then he started, and then he joined a local youth like musical theatre group called the Northern Theatre, and some of the guys are in here. So thank you very much. And then, after he started to do that, he went to a place called the National Youth. So you've got the National Youth Music and the National Youth Theatre. So he went the musical side, and then he met people from Hull who are also with us and have been lifelong friends. So we've got Paul Gibson, we've got Mike Gibson. He's not here, but he is. And Sheridan Smith. Sheridan Smith's not here because he's always working. But he did Bugsy, and then that launched his career, and he went into the West End, and he played at the Queen's Theatre, which is now the Sondheim Theatre, and it took off from there. And because of that, and because of the support, and everything that my mum and my dad did for that, allowed him to have the biggest role he'll ever have. And he reached the peak. Which is a bit of a... So at 12:13...
They didn't see Banana Man. Don't want some.
We did. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, we got that, and then after 7 screen auditions, I remember having a phone call, or I was in the house, and they said, "You've got the part." And that was a huge moment, and that next year changed all of our lives. So I was part of that, but I was only 10 years old. And I discovered music at a later age. I tried acting, but it didn't really work out. That's not for me. So I'll just say there was one story, and as a young kid, when Johnny Depp was Johnny Depp as Edward Scissorhands, and that's all I knew, and Christina Ricci, who was Casper in Adam's Family Wednesday, there was one moment, and I'll never forget it, and it's where Johnny comes in to the dressing room next door and he says, "Boys, we're going to the set. I'm bored and I'm due in 15 minutes, but I need to go now. Christina, come with me." And she's like, "Oh, Johnny, okay." So we're going into this golf buggy, and there's 4 of us, and he drives through the sound stage, and he goes, because he loves British humour, "I'm here." And then that was it. But Mark met him after the film, and he kept a good friend, and it was wonderful, and we'll never forget that. So, yeah. And I had my hand in it, if anybody knows. Literally did. So I was known as the boy that was called Hollywood Hand. And how much did your brother get paid and what's Johnny Depp like? He's a really nice man. Yeah.
And he's here to do it.
Yeah. Okay. So, can we just say how lovely Sara looks? And the others. And the bridesmaids. And Dino. Right, yeah. So, I met Sara at the pantomime, and there are people here today. And that was a really good time because I got to spend some time with my brother, and at the same time I got to meet Sara, and I met some good people who are here today, and it was really nice because we all spent Christmas Day together with Elvis's wife, which is quite surreal. And it's unfortunate that she's not here, but she'll see all of this. So there you go. Yeah, she's here in spirit. And yeah, I just want to say, because of things that have happened recently in our side of the family, Dad, when he met Sara, he said, "Oh yeah, she's a bit of a right, isn't she?" He said she's a bit posh. So that's the nickname Graham gave Sara. So he said, "How's you and posh?" But I'd just like to say, Sara, because of what happened, when Dad became ill, Sara started making exercise videos daily for my dad, and it really helped him. So thank you for that. And as for my brother, well, we know the musical called Blood Brothers, and it ran for ages at the Phoenix. But he's always wanted to play Mickey, and he'd be a brilliant Mickey whenever that will happen, because I know it will. But as Mickey would say, "Do you want to be my blood brother, Eddie?" His reply was, "Yes, please." My reply is, "I am." So, thank you everybody for coming, and as our father would say, you're not as good as your dad.
I haven't got the balls to stand up and just speak without any notes, so I've written mine out, I'm afraid. So my speech starts with, now I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but like my mate Joe pointed out, it's 7 pages, so I was lying from the off. You're timing it now, brilliant. Okay, well. A few things the bride and groom should say on their big day. So, are we ready for this? On behalf of my wife and thank everyone for today. It means the world to us, to have our family and friends here on our special day. And we really appreciate the effort everyone has made. Runner-up for the longest distance travelled is my mate Steve from France. What made you do, Steve? Where's Steve? So can anyone beat Australia? Didn't think so. Carl, you win. We got a bottle of something, Carl? No, we haven't. But seriously, but seriously though, thank you all so much. We know it's not ideal for everyone to, get a few days off midweek. And it had nothing to do with it being cheaper than a weekend. We just really like Wednesdays. But no, seriously, we did risk it and it paid off, because I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, but I don't think anyone here is if they can't come, we can invite them, so I can't know there are actually. Moving on! Right, so we're very happy to be bringing the North and the South together today. We'll get on, it'll be fine. I encourage both sides to mingle and bust out some shapes on the dance floor later. By the way, Northern people, if some people do come up to you and ask you for a dance, and not a dance, don't take the mick out of them. We're all like that. It's not their fault they don't talk properly. joking, I take that back. There's many more of you than there are of us. So, where was I? Oh, no, but seriously, it is nice not to have any stress or anxiety about both sides getting on, because I know you will, because let's face it, we all like a drink and a movie, don't we? So, on that note, let's all have a little sip now, because I'll need one. Right, now, I'm sure many of you know events like today don't just happen overnight. There's a lot of organising that goes into creating a wedding, from the flowers to the cake, to the band, everything really, and for that I would just like to say, Sara, you're welcome. No, I'm not joking. Sara did pretty much everything, to be honest about it. I mean, I was sometimes involved. I was offered things to look at and point out and say yeah or no, but no, you did everything, so thank you, darling, for being the best today. Really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone at Middlefield Hall as well, and Lauren for going above and beyond for making today really special, and I think we can all agree they've done a fantastic job. Moving on, thank yous to the in-laws, Guy and Lynn. You are the poster children for a successful marriage, really. No, but you are, because you set the precedent for Joe, David and Sara, and you've proven to us all that true love really does exist. Thank you so much for making me welcome in your family. I just hope I can live up to your expectations you have of a husband to your daughter. This guy's shaking his head. Lynn, the support and love you show Sara is incredible. You're always there to give her advice, to help her write an essay, an email, and to every academy parents. It's so inspiring as well to see your career go from strength to strength as an author, and you prove to everyone it's never too late to follow your dreams. Guy, I don't think anyone makes Sara laugh as much as you do. I try, but I fail. You never do. Well, they say, don't they, that women marry men who remind them of their fathers. No, but I don't think that's the reason why Lynn was crying at the ceremony. So, Guy, bumping into you, you sort of said this already, but bumping into you in Watford is a day I'll never forget. When I was literally on my way to your house to ask you for Sara's hand in marriage. And I was just so shocked when I saw it. I was stressing out that day, trying to find the ring, because you work all the bloody time, so I only had one day off to do it all. And I was in Watford, and I looked up and you were there. I was so shocked. I was just like, I think you said, what are you doing? Why do you look so dodgy? You're like, why do you look so dodgy? What are you up to? And I just blurted out, and I was like, I was going to come see you today to ask if it was alright to ask Sara to write. And you just like put your hand on your chin. You looked up for a bit. It must be like 7 to 10 seconds and then you sweat. But you did say, what did you say? You said, well, she likes you, I suppose. And you make her happy. So yeah, I don't see why not. And I was like, great, we're going to tell Lynn. You were like, yeah, but I've got some errands to do. Meet me in Sainsbury's car park. And then we went to Lynn's, and it turns out to go quite high pitched after the reception. She was like, and you gave me a big hug, and it was just the perfect day. But yeah, thank you both of you for everything you've done to make today happen. Without your help or money, today really would not have been possible. Thank you. Round of applause. I'd also like to thank my ushers, David and Ian today, my new bros. It's not quite new though, is it? Because you welcomed me in as a brother straight away. So it's old, if anything. It's old news. But seriously though, you're both absolute gentlemen. thank you for all your help and looking after me today, and I'm happy that you're officially now my brothers. Thank you to my boys as well, my GSA boys, Chris, Kev, Sam. All of you lot have looked after me over the years. You're just the best bunch of lads. Our daytime sessions in London are great. Trips to Ireland, all the spa. We're getting old now, aren't we? We spa now. Instead of going on all day sessions. But no, seriously, thank you for keeping me grounded and not taking the piss out of my conspiracy theories too much. Now, I'm sure you'll all agree that the maid of honour and the bridesmaids look incredible tonight! I've done an amazing job of keeping Sara calm this morning, and I don't think they tried to talk her out of it, which is great for me. So thank you for that.
That's what you think.
Laura and Emma, you've definitely earned your stripes as best friend and best sister-in-law. Thank you both for supporting my nervous wife. Was you nervous? Yeah. My nervous wife on her wedding day. Joe, thank you for your help today. Everything you do for Sara, you're an absolute rock for her. I love how close you both are. It's wonderful to see. I mean, I know you both like a chat. Oh, they can talk. They can talk. They like to keep in touch. All the time. But no, seriously, it's lovely. And please don't stop calling each other, because it's probably the only chance I'll have now to play PlayStation. And yeah, honestly, please don't stop, because whenever you do call, I get a chance to see the little man every now and then. A round of applause for Dino Doughty, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dino. Oh, you're probably a bit tired and need a nap. Yeah, Sara does as well, I think. But yeah, Joe, thank you for organising the head as well. Yeah, I'm Laura. Yeah, I think I'm not alright. No, you managed to get Sara up out before 10 o'clock, which I think is an achievement in itself. We know how much Sara likes to sleep, don't we? I mean, that's one of the reasons I fell in love with her, to be honest. We love how much sleep. But I'm alright, thank you, Joe. You didn't actually have to get her up today. She got up on her own accord, which is great, and I think that deserves a toast. So, could we please raise a glass to our maid of honour and our bridesmaids, Joe, Laura, and Emma? Now we want to meet bro, me best man. Yeah. Honestly, mate, thank you for that speech. It was wonderful.
Great.
It was great. It's from the heart, and it's just you all over in it, bro. Full of heart. Thank you for organising the great stag do. I appreciate it. Must have been tough to organise, you know, but we're having so many friends around the world. It's hard to get everyone together. But because of bloody pandemics and stuff, people dropping out, and it must have been a mare to organise, but you pulled it out of the bag, mate. And if I think a barmaid is forced to shout, "Oi, give it a rest, meatloaf," when I'm sitting full pelt while I'm trying to leave the bar, it was a good night. It was a good night anyway, so yeah. And thank you for arranging the music for the walk down. Scott arranged that, everybody. And, thank you. No, it was beautiful. It was just what we wanted. Some of you might be like, "That's a weird choice," but sympathy for the devil, a bit weird on a wedding day, but it was actually the song that I sang on the show that me and Sara met on. So yeah, you did a wonderful job composing that. And thank you to Kevin and Sarah and Carl for matchmaking. Kevin and Sarah cast me and Sara in that panto. And Carl, thank you for matchmaking me. Yeah, what else can I say, bro? I love you. You're my little bro. You've got so much talent, mate, and the music you create. It's just, I don't know, it's out of this world, man. You do it with so much heart and passion, and you're a creative soul, and you know, true artist, really. And I'm proud to be a big brother. And it's a look up there. Anyway, unfortunately there's a few people who can't be here today. Nana Jean, bless her, has been cared for up north, so she couldn't physically get here today, bless her. But I intend to take around her favourite bottle of Baileys, and we will watch the wedding video and have a drink, if it's any good. No pressure. As you probably know as well, we lost Dad not long ago, and he'd love this. Everyone who knew him will remember how much he enjoyed occasions like this, being with family, just laughing, having a drink or three, doing his dad jokes. He would have been proud for both of us, Sara, and for me and my posh totty. He wanted us to have a wonderful time, and that's what we'll do. But first, can we raise a glass and drink a toast to my dad, and brother, uncle and friend we'll never forget. Right.
To Graham.
To Graham. Alright, moving on. Mum. Whee, Mum. Whee. I'm pretty sure everyone in this room would like to thank you, Mum, for producing such an incredible They'll be very proud to have raised an intelligent, handsome, and modest man. She's shaking her head. Now, Mum, you're the most strong, kind-hearted person. And what can I say, apart from my mum is definitely better than your mum. Thank you for always supporting me, being there for me, your unconditional love and support. You and Dad gave me the best opportunities a son could ever wish for. You're my biggest fan, and I'm yours. You're always there for me. You never said a bad word about anyone. You go out of your way to make other people happy. You're the best mum in the world, and I love you very much. Thank you very much. I guess I should talk about my wife. Yay! The mission! The old ball. No, I'm sure I'm all wondering how it started, really. How did this beautiful, talented person end up with someone like Sara? Punching much? It all began in the romantic city of Milton Keynes. Christchurch Church, the Aladdin Panto meet and greet. If you hadn't cast as Kevin and Sarah, none of this would have happened, so thank you for that. Sara, I've got to be honest, I fancied you the first time I saw you. I didn't even know anything about your personality, no sense of humour. I just like the way you look. I'm shallow like that. But no, I was like, bloody hell, she was fit. To go introduce myself. I pulled on over all confident, but messed it up. I was like, I said, is this your first panto? You're like, no. I've done loads. Like, where do you live? You're like, Watford. Alright, cool. I didn't know where Watford was. I was like, do you get to London much? Like, yeah, I went to school there every day, it's 20 minutes away. So I made a bit of a tit out of myself. Definitely made a best good impression. But anyway, we started rehearsals, and we rehearsed my number, Sympathy for the Devil, and I got to see you dance. And that's when I really fancied her. But it wasn't just because you were an amazing dancer and the fact your legs went up to your armpits. It was your sense of humour and your banter with the cast that I was attracted to the most. I could never tell if you were joking or not. And you still catch me out to this day. But I just love how you wind people up. You just couldn't tell if you were joking or not. I mean, you're so forward with people. In a good way. You're asking questions, the girls will tell you. It's Sarah's 20 questions, we call them. If any of them had like a new boyfriend on the scene, Sara would interrogate them. And you did it to me when you found out I liked you, didn't you, from Carl? You found out I liked you, and then one night we were all out, and you shouted above the music, Marc! Marc! And that's my call now, by the way. like a seagull. And I swear, just as the music stopped, she said, "Why do you fancy me?" In front of everyone. And I was so shocked that you did that, but also quite impressed that you were that directed forward. And I mean, who the hell does that? Someone who's like, "This'll be a laugh." And awkward. And I thought to myself, what the hell am I supposed to say to that? But I played it cool, and I spoke from the heart, and I thought, yeah, that'll learn you. And do you remember what I said? I said, it's because you're pretty, you're a great dancer, and you're clever. And I think clever clinched it. And we'd go out after shows, and every night I'd shout after you down the street, desperate, just come back to mine! Marriage, come back to mine! After the third attempt, I think he was like, all right then. And we ended up in Wetherspoons. I know how to treat a girl. We had a snog in front of the bouncers. Hey. The rest, they say, is history. Hey. I'm nearly done now. Joe, what am I on? 18? Oh, that's too long, isn't it? That is too long. Alright, so, Sara, I love you. I love how pure-hearted you are. She told me to say that. Say how pure-hearted. Alright, I'm the most pure-hearted girl you've ever met. No, but you are though, actually, because the fact that you only watch films if you know what happens at the end, and it all works out and no one dies, is a testament to that. You're caring, you're kind, and you're the most hard-working person I've ever met. Seriously, she never stops. What you've created with the Academy is incredible. And I love watching you in your element, the kids adore you, and your new policy of dealing with horrible parents. One strike and you're out. Dealing with the stress of it all and putting on all the events with consistent professionalism is inspiring. And you haven't got a mean bone in your body. You're always so understanding and forgiving. Not for Academy parents, one strike. But no, you have forgiven towards me, and so I know I can be annoying, and I don't know how you put with me sometimes, but no, I have to pinch myself regularly because I can't believe how I've managed to back such a beautiful, kind, and pure-hearted woman. You made me a better person, and you are truly my best friend. I love you more than Bill Tom. I love you more than Call of Duty. Oh yeah! I love you more than you love how versatile potatoes are. I love how you never get the lyrics right to songs. One of my favourites is, a whole new world, every moment, red letter. Aladdin's going off on these stunt driving. Anyway. I love your sense of adventure. You're always finding new things for us all to do, organising family holidays. You go the extra mile to make sure you keep your family connected, and I love that about you. Like your brother always rightly says, you are the best of us. And when I was younger, before drama school, I always wanted to, my dream was to marry a beautiful woman. Ideally, someone in the business, like makeup artist, someone in costume, or even better, a dancer. Someone smart and talented and caring. And this is what I wanted for a wife, and I think I've done pretty good. I can't wait to hopefully start a family of my own with you one day, and I'm so excited to see what the future has in store for Mouse and Bug. Yeah, they're our pet names, get over it. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and raise a glass to my beautiful bride, to my wife, Sara.